Hello, everybody. Today I'm going to be walking you through a clay table that's able to target all of the top influencers within your niche, scrape all of their top performing content from every single platform that they're currently on, and generate ideas based off that you can use for yourself for your own content to expedite your process, or if you want to just scrape it for yourself. So it's going to be an end-to-end walkthrough. So right now I'm going to show you the table, the data that it actually provides for my own niche. And then from there, I'm going to give you a full walkthrough on how to build it end to end. This is going to be a slightly longer video, so buckle in and get ready. Right, so here we have a clay table this is the complete end to end build out. You'll see there's a lot of amplified actors, there's a lot of stuff going on. And this is going to be what we're walking through later on in the video. So looking through this here, we use Clay to pull a bunch of the YouTube influencers within the space, and then we go through and we do a lot of scraping a YouTube video, then we're scraping YouTube Shorts, and then we're doing a lot of other things with Clayagent, AI, etc. And we're just scraping their entire process end to end. And then what you're going to look at, or what you're going to notice, is the end data here. So one of the columns or one of the data points that we wanted to pull was YouTube comments, because this is insanely important for content ideas. So this was for me the cold email space, because this is what I've done a lot of, and a lot of my past content was definitely about this. And if you look at it here, this was just a lot of cold email questions in the comments that we wanted to discern from people. Additionally, we then go into YouTube Shorts. So what we did was we scraped all of the top performing YouTube Shorts, and we just segmented them based off the view count, and then we got these scripts that they're running. And from that, you can obviously do a lot of things. You can put it through AI, which is kind of what I did. I can show you guys that as well. And then we have YouTube videos as well. So YouTube videos, we genuinely just pull every top performing YouTube video from every influencer that is on this setup. We have the title, the intro, middle slash summary, and the outro as well. And this is really good to, I guess, get a general sense of what everybody in the top performing videos is doing in the first 30 seconds. You have the middle slash summary segment and the outro and how they're maybe pitching their services, doing everything along those lines. And then we also have the title, which is incredibly important, of course, because the top performing titles, like, it's one of those things you can use for a lot of your YouTube videos. And then the last one, or not even the last one, but I guess the last one here is Twitter posts. So we got the content of all of the top performing Twitter posts. We got the X handle, and then we got the view count. So there's a lot of inspiration that can be either taken from this for your own content, or you could, I guess, theoretically rip them off and just post your own stuff with a spin on it. It depends on how you want to structure it. And it depends. In this one, we might have a LinkedIn segment. It was mostly built out, and I didn't get the chance to put it into the sheet, but that should be built into this segment as well. But look, going through this, we're gonna have a look at this. Also, while I'm on this, I'm gonna show you the robot or the bot that I put everything into. So I was using Merlin. And hopefully this doesn't take too long, because if it does, I'm just going to wait till this loads, and then I'm going to go into other parts of the video. So here we are. So I imported everything into a project. The document that I put into here was insanely long. I'm talking tons, like it was over 300 pages, and I have to condense everything down. So if I come over here, and if I go idea, and hopefully idea comes up. So this was sales calls. So if I ever got sales calls, I put it into here, idea generation. So I just imported everything into this bot here, and it was a lot of data. It was so much that I wasn't able to open Google Sheets with all of the data. And yeah, like I wasn't able to open Google Sheets. So that meant I had to cut it up into multiple different setups, and then I also had to download as a TXT file instead of a Google Doc or a PDF file to import. And this just means I'm able to have conversations with it. So look, so this is one of the, here we are. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to be working on a video called Cold Email. Might not be for you. This video is never released, so you won't see it, but I'm going to be looking at a title script and everything, etc. And it just gives you different approaches, and AI is only as good as the data you train it on. So this is the data I was training my model on, which is the top performing everything. So now with that out of the way, let's get right into the build. You'll see me bouncing around between tabs because I was using a couple Apify actors, and hopefully we can get it right first time. Additionally, this was a pretty long build, so I'm going to be referencing the second table in this build as well. If I can one-shot this, call me like a boss or whatever, because this was not an easy build. Definitely took me a couple days to figure everything out. So we are going to start off in a clay table demo, etc. And we are going to begin with, let's see here, signals, all sources, right? And what we're looking for is YouTube. So Clay has a YouTube scrape feature that lets you scrape YouTube influencers in a particular niche. We're going to channels. We're going to go into, we'll do SMMA. No, we'll do dropshipping. Dropshipping for now. The maximum number of results is 300. And if you want to separate them out, you can do it between countries, which I'll show you here. So we just did United States, and then language of search. Bork, bork, bork. Okay. No comment, man. No comment. This country. The world is going mad. I didn't know there was a language called bork, bork, bork. So what you can see here is a lot of YouTube channels. They all have some sort of drop shipping aspect to them. They're all well, we're trying to identify if they're the top performing ones in their space as of right now. And here we are. And this is the data you're provided. So you have the link to their channel, you have the title, there's the handle, thumbnail, description, and we have the amount of subscribers as well, position on page. There's lots and lots of things that you can do in this segment. And as you can already see, you can do some segmenting, some filtering based off the size of the channel, the position on page, etc., etc. So the first thing, and one of the things you'll notice, so this is going to keep loading till it reaches 300. I'm just going to move this over. And position on page is actually not that important, so I'm going to hide this or delete this. So on this platform, we're using a lot of Apify. Like I'm talking, we're using so much Apify. It completely blew my bank out of the water when I ran this whole table. Well, I think the full table run, it was probably like $30 or something, like 20, $25 for the full run to just scrape the whole niche, get all the information. And don't quote me on that. You might have different numbers, but you can see the ones I was using. So what I can confirm to you is, unless you can do it yourself using your own code, or you found a cheaper way of doing it, this way is it like I have found the cheapest actors to roll through this entire process. And genuinely, these are like, it doesn't get much cheaper than what I'm going to show you here. And I experimented with everything. I also have a sheet here of all the Apify actors, just because I'm going to get lost if I don't like actually track this. So the YouTube scraper, this is the one I was using. And I'm just going to open this up here. And let's see. So this one, the idea behind this one is to just scrape their initial page. So if I come over here, so you'll see in the initial section, when we scrape it, we get the description, we get a bunch of things, and oh yeah, there is a hiking group. One of the main things we're going to be doing is we're going to be scraping the YouTube videos because we have most of the data we already need. So it's just a lot of YouTube video scraping. And let's get started with that then. Apply. And then what we're going to do, hopefully this pops up, and then run Apify actor. We're going to do, so the name of it is Fast YouTube Channel Scraper. I don't think, if I type in Fast YouTube, YOUTU channel. Okay. The really, really annoying part of using Apify is they're all named the same thing, and I can never seem to figure it out. So we're gonna do some trial and error here. The only way of knowing if you have the right one is, first of all, if they run. So that's one thing. And if they do run, uh yeah, like if they do run, because you have to input some data here to make sure it's actually the correct one. Right. So with the fast YouTube channel scraper, the way we do it is you can go in between these, like the manual and the JSON. So maximum videos per search term, completely up to you. Maximum shorts per search. So I want 0 for this one. And then I want to do, let's just say I'm just going to keep it limited to 5. I did 20. I wanted the top 20. Completely up to you on what you want to do. And if you go into JSON, you can pull this JSON, copy and paste it into here, and then replace URL with link. There's been an issue recently where this is erroring. So if this is erroring, I'll show you what I've been doing if it's the correct one anyways. So yeah, okay, so this is what I expected. Cannot parse input JSON body, expected property, XYZ. Okay, so Clay has been having this issue where it's a really funky issue where even if you put in the correct JSON, it still doesn't work. So I'm going to pull from here. You need to have a gap in between each of them. So I'm just going to copy and paste this link here. You'll see it now. And you'll see it start working if this is the correct one, which I think it is, just to double check. YouTube channel scraper, YouTube channel scraper. And you need to have a gap in between each of these. And you'll see here, URL, link, here we are. And then if we run the first 10, and if it then errors again, it's an Apify issue. Or sorry, I picked the wrong Apify actor. But as you can see here, it's starting to run. And if we come back here and we've gone to runs, we've now started adding some runs to this scrape. So total finish, 3 requests, XYZ, total 3, starting crawler, and it's going to go through and start pushing the data back here. It's still pull 20 because I forgot to change the goddamn number. Whoops. It's okay though. And what you're going to see here is you're going to get all of the data necessary for every single video. And I think, did I segment this to top performing? Okay, so in this, there should be an option for top performing videos, which I forgot to highlight in turning on. Oh, newest. So you change newest to most popular, and with that, you then get the most popular videos instead of getting the newest or the oldest. So yeah, don't do what I just did in that segment. So of course, these guys all have very active channels, like 81,000 subs, 40,000, 350,000, and then now we have all this information. But we're not going to do anything with this yet. We're just going to name them because it's going to get very complicated. YouTube video scrape. So what we're then going to do is we're going to use this same actor, and we're then going to scrape shorts because, well, of course, shorts and video are two very different things. So we're just going to dupe this, and then what we're going to do is we're going to rename this into shorts. Okay, shorts. And what we're going to do is we're going to come into YT video. So if you come over here, of course, we've already figured out there's an issue currently with the Apify runs. Even though we have it filtered perfectly, there's still some stuff that has to be hashed through. Hopefully they fix it by the time you watch this. What you can now do is change the maximum shorts per term and then change it to shorts. I didn't want to mix these up. It's just not courtesy. It's just like being sorted out because once you start mixing it, it's not ideal. So we're going to split these up, and then you want to change this to shorts, and you'll see the number changes. So we can actually just do this without. So max results here and here, and we'll just do 5 because I don't need to do this again. No, whoopsies. I ran all 242. You know what? The reason this is an issue, or not even an issue, I can just stop it now. The reason I don't want to do that is I can only run so many rows, and it takes a while for Apify to run them all. To run the whole table, it took me a few hours because of how long and how much like Apify stuff there was. So the top 10 is honestly enough, and I'm going to limit this to the top 30 so that my laptop is at peak performance. Mental capacity is capped out. And let's see, as we're going through here, so 5 shorts, which is capped out, and we can obviously go over there and watch the shorts that they have. Title: find millions of verified drop shipping suppliers, #1 rated Shopify dropshipping tool. That is an insanely okay, fair enough. And as we're going through, we're waiting on some of this to get done. And as we come back here, okay, so you're starting to see we have some data, some information here that we're starting to work through. The next step, other than writing it to the table, we're then going to scrape. Let me see here. So we also have to scrape their Twitter, and if you also want to scrape their LinkedIn as well, there's a few things we need to do. So one of the first things I did in this process was extract URLs and emails from the description. The reason we're doing this is it gives us a, how do I describe this? It gives us a good benchmark of if they have websites in their description. So if I look up here, just a kid who looked up dropshipping one day, YouTube, and started clicking buttons. Jesus. Master the art of dropshipping, of high ticket dropshipping. We started our XYZ. If I come over here, I'm going to use the description from here because there is a chance. Wait, is there a description? Channel avatar, channel banner, about channel info, input channel, age restricted. Here we go. Yes, so you see the channel join date. This, okay, wait. So what we're going to do, first of all, is we're going to pull the first video because all of them have pretty much at least one video. And then we're going to go to channel info. Um, master the art, and then we're going to do this channel description. The one that Clay gives you doesn't have as much data or information. So we're going to do this. And as you can see, there's also a ton of links here that we can use for channel description links. So we're going to make use of that in just a second. And we're going to pull this over. And then we're going to pull the prompt from in here just so you guys aren't sitting here watching me for 10 years, even though I know you would love that. So here we are. And then we go here. Cool. So this was just identifying if this was a business channel or a personal channel. The reason being is a lot of the channels that I was running into were business channels and they were shit. Because most business channels, other than I know Instant is pretty good, but most business channels are really bad at making content. So you want to discern the difference as you go through the process. So this is what we're doing now. I'm going to provide you with a YouTube channel link. I want you to do is find out two things for me. One of them is if the channel is a company YouTube or if the channel is a personal YouTube. This can be easily discerned by the name of the channel, also the description. And also the description, personal channels usually have a person's name in it. Company channels have a name in it. If you find out that it's a company channel, output company, and if you find out it's a personal channel, output personal. Here is the link. So we're just going to run this link and we're going to run this search here. So AI, and we are using Clayagent for this. Right? Maybe not. Clayagent. AI web researcher. We're going to use 4.0 mini. They're all the models are pretty good, but I use either mini or Gemini the most. And we're going to do link. We're going to put this link in here. And we're going to do personal or company. We're going to put this in here. And then we're going to come in here and then we're just going to run the first 10 and we're just going to get some output. Let's see. Cool. Cool. And again, what the idea is, the idea is to just identify if it's a business or a personal. I think I have a filter on that only does personal because you'll see that a lot of these are business that they're not very good at making content. And I don't want to pull content from people that aren't good at making content. That was like my initial thoughts on life. It's a good initial thought. So here we are, and you'll see the company, personal. Okay, let's see here. With Michael Busso and Canada. And let me see. Company Yen Organic Dropshipping suggests its name of related. Yen. Okay. Michael Bernstein, Michael Lamb. So what they're doing is they're basing it solely off the name. And what I'm going to do, and we're actually going to adjust this in real time. So um, here's the here T also description. So the idea behind this one is we're going to just adjust this because we didn't really have this issue for cold email. But for ecom, obviously, we need to do some adjustments now because a lot of them have like not business names under it. So if we put the description in as well, we can identify, and I actually put the wrong description in. We're going to do it. Channel description. And it's going to be something like, I'm also going to provide you with a channel description. I want you to identify if they use business and slash or personal language as well. Okay, for some reason it's doing the whatever this thing is. If they use personal language or if they use personal language or I in the description, yeah, see, I want that can be grized by too personal as well. Okay. And that should change some of it. So we definitely need a link. I'm not going to run this without a link. But if there's no description, that is also okay. And we're also going to rerun this because obviously that just did not want to finish running in itself. And then we have company, personal, let's see, company or personal, company, let's see, suggest rather than a business name. So let's have a look here. So if we're going through this, at auto DS. Okay, so I did a bit of tweaking around and adjusting of the prompt, and I was also having a look at some of the channels. And what I noticed was even though they didn't have, or sorry, a lot of them had business names, most of them were just run by personal people, which is just based off the syntaxing and the language inside, and also some of their videos. And this is one of those, I guess, niche issues that is like ecom specific because with cold email, I didn't really have this issue. A lot of them, so if I was to show here, a lot of them were some of like they were companies. So like Christian Pacienta, he's definitely a personal. Instantly is a company. Email Chaser is a company. Lemlist is definitely a company. Maildozo, Cold Email Accelerator, all companies. It's slightly different for email, so I've actually made a decision. We can just remove it for this one. If you'd like to put it in, and if you notice that the business channels, although they have business names, are run by personal people, it might be a good option to remove it. Okay, so moving through the process here, we then have to try and find the rest of their social channels. So we're not just working off this singular particular social channel. And we then have the prompting here. So if I come over here, okay. Oh God, where is my laptop is having a heart attack. I do not want one of those. Neither does my laptop. Okay, so I'm going to provide you with somebody's YouTube channel description, and I want you to go out and find all of their social medias, from Twitter, Instagram to LinkedIn, Facebook, TikTok, everything you can find that's related, they're on, and just output the link. If you cannot find it, output NA. And I'm going to add to this one. Also, we're going to add uh, some other information regarding some of the links that they had. So if I go into Claygent, additionally, we have some better models ever since the invention of that other table. So we're not going to use 4.0, we're going to use 4.1. So if I go into here, we're going to go into here, we're going to do, here's the YouTube, which is slash link. And what we're going to do is we're going to do slash channel description here. And then the last thing we're going to add is links. And we're going to do, no, we're going to do scrape, YouTube scrape. Oh shoot, which one was it? Oh yes, it was YouTube scrape here. And then if you scroll down, you can then add about channel info. And then from here, you ideally have, so this is URL text, channel description link. So you can add this in. And I would just block this out because some of them won't have it. And we're going to run the 4.1 model. It's kind of expensive, but that's the idea. Like you're trying to run to find the best output. This isn't something you just run and you just like hide in the corner and go away. Additionally, you want to have all of the URLs outputted separately. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull this, go into JSON, take this, and then paste this all in here. This is just formatting of telling AI on how to do X, Y, Z. So that's just the plan anyways. And then what we're going to do is, and we're just going to run this for the first 10. And then Mr. AI should hopefully not take 10 years to do this because while we're doing that, we can do some other things. And on this one, we also have one more option, or what we're going to be doing is scraping the right to Twitter or the Twitter setup. So let's see if we can get this. So we have a Twitter actor. So while this is scraping, we have a Twitter scraper that I found. Most of these are results based, by the way. So they only scrape if they get a result, which is pretty nice to say the least. So look, so it's 40 cents for 1,000 tweets. So if I come back to the clay table here, and as we're going through this response, drop ship lifting. So this is the TikTok. This is the Twitter. This is the Facebook. This is the LinkedIn. And then this is the Instagram. So you need to be careful with scraping some of these anyways. I know, so I've built out scrapers for Instagram. Instagram and TikTok, very, very doable. You can find a lot of their stuff using like Apify scrapers. LinkedIn, be careful because you don't want to get banned, which is one of the reasons I didn't want to do this at scale. Facebook is definitely possible as well. I'm not sure what information you're going to get, which is why I kind of stuck to Twitter myself. So this basically goes through and it just searches a bunch of information about these guys, which sounds extremely illegal, and it's not because it's all public. Don't worry. And then we go edit column here, and this is just finding their now website. So we now have all of the necessary information to then go and find the final piece of the puzzle, which is their website. And then with this in place, we of course have the rest of the table to build out, which is going to be an extremely long and arduous process. I'm not going to deny that, but it's going to be a wonderful process and we're going to be here together forever. So here we are. We're just going to copy and paste this in /Instagram. And then what you want to do is here /link in, because that sounds funny to say. Actually, we're just going to cancel all of these first. Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, link here, channel description, and then channel links possibly is here somewhere. A lot of these probably have channel links. We are just expediting some of the process. So we're just gonna click off on all of these. Here we are. And then, and then we just run it. We'll just run for the first 10. We're using all of the correct data and we're just going to go look for their website if they have it, of course, only if they have it. And then while we're waiting, we're also then going to scrape their Twitter and get a lot of their Twitter posts. Twitter, that's kind of hard to say for some reason, but website here. Cool. And this is just going to push some websites for us. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to go into Apify again. And here we go, run Apify actor. Apify actor, and it's going to be okay. It is the tweet scraper. There should only be one of these, so I should be able to find this one. Tweet scraper. There's Twitter scraper. We're going to do tweet scraper. And we're going to do JSON. Oh, this is wonderful, isn't it? Oh, shit. Wait, let me see. Search terms. No, it's not search terms. I was using this before. So you want to add a Twitter handle. And then my one is like x.com/ at Liam Yek, because I just need something in there to thing. Number of items to output. You can filter by top. Filter tweets English. Only verified. Sure. So one of the issues, only verified users, query wizard, reply to. So one of the things you're going to run into is a lot of these guys are like quote retweeting someone else's thing and trying to like drag traction off other people. So we're going to have to filter that out afterwards. But then we do 20. And if I go into JSON, mentioning Elon Musk. Okay, why is it doing that? Ooh, wrong one. Okay. Query wizard should be empty. I don't know why I have Elon Musk or any of this information down. Minimum retweets, start date, end date. Close this off. Close, close, close. I don't need any of this information. And then we go into JSON. Ah, here we go. So now we are at the bare bones minimum. So if we come over here, and then we go into, sorry, the clay table. Yo. If anybody knows Uncle Roger, he's so funny. Man. We're gonna do Twitter. Wait. So we named it Twitter, and it's called. Some of them are X, but we'll just do / Twitter. We're gonna do this, and we're gonna do if / Twitter. So Twitter has to exist. TW / TWITT here. So Twitter has to exist, and / Twitter isn't equal to NA. Ooh, NA. Whoops. What the fuck? Whoopsies. Because I only wanted to run for specific ones that if they exist and they're not equal to NA. So you can see it won't run for these. It's a waste of space and a waste of time. And you'll see this is erroring again. So what I'm going to attempt to do is add the gap in between every single one. I think is immensely stupid, the fact that this is an issue right now. But look, till they can figure it out, there's nothing we can do. Okay, let's try this. And if this also doesn't work, then we're going to pull from the other clay table with that kind of scraper setup. Let me see. Oh, that was a nice neck crack. Cool? Cool, I don't know. Because I remember I had this issue a while back and it was doing all the shit it was supposed to do, and then all of a sudden it just broke on me, and I kept asking AI for like 3 hours, and it was just as simple as adding a gap. Is this running? One data set. No. What is going on? Cannot parse body JSON output expected property. Here we go. Okay. This is also going to give the same response. Okay. My assumption is there is part body 3, so it's this one. Let's just try it though. And let's see. And then while we're doing this, we can then have a look at this one here and see what went wrong, what went right, why is this happening, is one of the main issues. Custom map object function. So there's a gap in between all of them, which is what we're doing. The custom map function is not. Okay, so it's separated, but it's like same line separated. Watch. So like custom map function. Right, if I do this space, okay. Let's try this. Okay. Gotta love when all this like code stuff is just being funky as hell and it's just not working. And it's like, wow, this is wonderful. Let's see. Cool. Let's try this one more time. Let's break this down. Input JSON. Okay. So we have the custom map function object, return object. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna paste this into here and we'll see what happens. Here we are, and we run the first 10 because it says position 3, which is that one, third line. Ooh, okay. Do not parse body position 63, line 5, column 1. Hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just try something. If it goes to the next line, then we know it has to be lined up on this side of the thing. Okay, now we run this too many times. When it says that, you just duplicate it and you keep going on with your day because this is stupid for some reason. I don't understand why this is an issue where it's like, oh, this is actually the problem. No. Okay, let's see. Error. So I expected that to error, but now it's moved to line 7. So that's a good sign. What this means is it has to be lined up against the back of this text here. So this is such a silly issue. This is so silly, but it is what it is. And what we're gonna do is we're just gonna do this. And okay, whoop, don't do that. No, don't do that. Okay, right, right. I'm actually just gonna, yeah, cancel, cut this, that, and the other. One few more. The fact that this is an issue is the most bizarre thing to me. Like genuinely, the fact that this is an issue. So let's try this again. If there's errors, I'm gonna be very annoyed. And then I'm probably gonna cut. No, okay, so now it's working. So you see, it has to be something to do with being pushed over to the left side, and there's some silly setup right now. So we did that live on, and hopefully that helps you guys when you guys want to do it as well. So you understand what issue is going on, and how also you have to error handle it when there's errors like this going on. Cool. So we're just going to delete this other one, and now we have data on their most tweeted tweets, which is here, and it's like learn how to high ticket dropship. That's probably a bait tweet where people like fucking do all that bait stuff, whatever. Let's see. There is no plan B. Motivation sent from my iPhone for some reason. I don't even know how it has that information, but whatever. What we're going to do now is we now need to make a bunch of different tables. One of them is going to be, so it's going to be blank table. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Even though I could probably do that too. YouTube videos. Okay. YouTube shorts. We were then going to do, we're going to do comments, which has to be another one. And we're going to do YouTube, shoot. I'm missing one. YouTube video shorts. Oh yeah, Twitter. And there's a possibility of doing LinkedIn and the other ones. We'll see how we go throughout this video. I highly doubt I'm going to do this in one take. Because I have to go to the gym soon, and I love the gym, but not as much as I love recording videos. Woo! Nah, we'll see. We'll see. I need to figure out what we're doing after this. So, what we're going to do is we're going to send this YouTube video scrape to the YouTube table now, and then we're going to do send data. And this is going to be a very chill setup regarding send data. I would like you to load. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, my laptop's freezing. Maybe it's because I have too much. I highly doubt that's the case though. We're gonna close this. And if I have to, I'm just gonna reload my screen. But it should be okay. If I have to, I will just reload my laptop as well. Whoa, it is Clay is definitely send table. Clay is definitely having a heart attack on me as of this exact moment in time. So let's see if I can just get by this. Oh, there we go. Thank you, Clay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna select the YouTube videos as the table. We're then going to send row for each item on the list, and we're just gonna loop through YT video scrape. We're gonna do this. We are then going to click select all, okay, and then we're gonna send everything, all the data we can possibly send, and then we're just gonna run for the first 10. And what you're gonna see is literally everything is just going to get sent. There's gonna be nothing holding back. You're gonna have all the information on the next table, and there's going to be nothing stopping you. So let's see how this goes. Here we are. And then this is one of the very many tables we're going to be using to generate a whole bunch of data. So this is going to be the URL. So one of the things I'd recommend is discerning between the video URL and also the channel URL. I frankly don't think you need the channel one, but I'm gonna just label it anyways, because it's always nice to have. Let's see. Video URL. What you'll also probably need, you'll also want the view count. You could plug the thumbnail URL as well in, completely up to you. Because if I click this, it should bring up another page online. Yeah. What the hell? Is that their thumbnail? No way. Fair enough, fair enough. We're going to do the channel username as well. We are going to do channel info, we don't really need. Channel links, we already have. We'll do number of subs as well. Let's see. Channel links, channel total views, join channel date. Type video, origin. I think it's parent is the next one. Yeah. Twitter? No. Cool. I feel like we should have had more information come through. If not, that's fine. This is enough for now. We don't need to do a whole lot more. So what we're going to do from now is we need to scrape the transcript of the YouTube video. So if we come over here. So this YouTube video, or this initial thing is going to be insanely important. Because as I scroll down, so we obviously scrape the top performing videos. So like 49K, 50K, and it will be in ascending order. Wow, we had one viral video at 1.6, 2.6. Okay. So what we're then going to do is we're going to go into, we have another Amplify actor. And we're going to now start scraping the setup. I'm going to double check, I'm going to cross check with the second video so that when I'm doing this, we can say, oh, and we scraped YouTube comments. Yeah, I nearly forgot about that bit, but we're going to do that last. And we did some transcript summarization and then channel description, and we mapped it over to a sheet. All chill in Liamville. And he can just keep rolling. The transcript scraper was this one here. If it's going to show up. It's here. And we're just going to bring this up. We're just going to close these ones because I don't think I need these anymore. If I do, I will just open them back up. I'll close Merlin and I'll close this. So this is going to be the YouTube transcript. This is the cheapest one I could find at $7 for 1,000 transcripts. So do with that what you will. If you can find a cheaper one, go ahead. But this is the one I did. It was good old trusty. Did exactly what I needed it to do. So I'm not going to do anything else, I guess. So we now have the proxy. If this has the same issue as the other ones, uh, I'm gonna lose my mind. And it probably will. I would not be surprised. Let me see. Oh, scrape transcript. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's gonna have the same issue. I can already see it. But since you guys already know what the issue is, let's just, wait, this is scrape transcript. Making sure I don't do anything stupid. Maximum retries, sure. Channel name, ID, date text, view count. We have all this information already, so we genuinely actually don't need it. By proxies, they're static. We put the proxies on. Main reason was, I think the main reason was we were getting blocked when we were scraping too much because I was doing a lot. I don't think I need these now. Oh no, I still had it on. Right, let's just give it a shot. If we come here, we'll figure it out as we go along. A lot of this is completely winging it because you go, you find an issue, you solve issue, and then you keep going till you find more issues, and then you're finished at the end. Video URL. Okay, here we are. And we're gonna go transcript. Nice, it's just one. Lovely. This video is going swimmingly. Usually I can't find the fucking scraper. Yeah, look, it's going to be the same issue. And the reason you know to solve this is when you look at this, in JSON at position 2, line 2, column 1, there's an issue. Column 1, line 2, think about it. So if I bring this back, watch, and I run this again. So if I run the first, well, I don't have to run the first 10, but you'll see it's going to change to, here we go. So line 3. So it went from line 2 to line 3 now. So it's just silly. It's just silly. So what we're gonna do is, since you know what that is, I'm gonna copy and paste from here and just put it in, because I'm gonna sit here and do it in front of you when you already know what the solution is. Video URL is the rest of it. Cool, 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 cool. And this should run very nice. And what you're going to see is we're going to start pulling the transcript of a lot of these videos. One thing I have not built into this right now, and this is completely up to you guys, is if um if you filter via a specific view count, because this guy only has like 379 views and he only has 219 subs, so maybe you just disregard him and you don't send him here in the first place. It's completely up to you. But as you can see, we're going to have a transcript. And if I come here, it is a ton of data. This is a boatload of data. This is awesome. Title, uncut, hashtag A. I don't even know. You do whatever you need to with that. The other thing we're going to do is you're going to have this issue if you do this at scale. So I'm just going to show you it now. We're going to be duping up the transcript scrapers and mapping them over one at a time. The reason being is, let's see if I can get this right. So yeah, scrape transcript result dot length. That's what we're doing. The reason being is sometimes these scrapers give back 0, which doesn't make any sense because it it's a YouTube video and it has to have something, right? And this is one of the reasons for the proxies. And you see, there's no data. But then when we run the exact same thing again, we get a transcript. So what this basically means is it's just having issues on the back end technically. So we have to rerun the same one. So we're going to call this scrape 1. And what we're going to do is we're going to have to cut it down, because when you run API requests in Clay, there's a 200 gigabyte data limit. But when you do a like general cell data inside of Clay, it's a 8 gigabyte data limit. So what we're going to do is we're going to dupe this. Okay. And we're going to name this 2. And then wow, that didn't even save. Wonderful. Oh no, it did save. Even more wonderful. Actually, I don't know why I deleted that. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. And then what we're going to just check is if / scrape URL results here, let's say captions. Yeah, dot captions. If this is empty, then you run it. Save and don't run. And what you're going to see is if we click this one, it's not going to run because this isn't empty. And if we click this is going to run because well, you're going to see it's going to take a while to queue, but it's going to run because the other one, the one before it, is empty, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to do this a third time. And this is just a precaution I took. It's just, yeah, it's just a precaution I took because I was getting too many that were kind of erroring. But when I built this in, it was able to do all of them. And then all you have to do is change this scrape 1 to scrape 2, and you save and you don't run. And then we're going to do the same thing. You'll notice, uh, you'll see this here and here. And then what we're actually going to do is we should add in scrape 1 as well. So it doesn't, here, if scrape 0, scrape 1 here. Okay. So this means if you run it for the first 10, it's not going to run because both of them have to be done. So you'll see the first 10 here won't run if it's going to demonstrate, but the third one will because there's nothing in the first one and the second one. It's just conditional logic that as we're kind of working through this. And now we have the scripts for all of them. From what I remember, we put it through a YouTube transcript. So uh, you should know. So when I was building this out, I tried to go to RunPod, which is a server setting where I could set up my own AI models and then basically self-host. It was DeepSeek to run all this, right? I was trying to self-host DeepSeek, but then as I was going through, I realized this was a complete waste of time, and I don't know what I was doing with my life. There's no point in doing any of that. So just use the OpenAI terminal inside of this, and just don't ask questions, and just sit there and be happy, and just be happy that Clay has integrated this for you. Because I thought I could save money and then server costs, and then I actually lost a bunch because I left it on by accident. There was a lot of shit that you don't need to do. So just run this. That was a complete side tangent. Oh, I nearly just dropped my mic. So we're going to go to a transcript summary. So you'll notice here, we have an intro, we have a middle, and we have an outro. Oh, I don't know why I deleted the idea gen sheet. Idea gen. Oh my God. Google Sheets. Idea. Here we go. Okay, where are we going? Right. So you'll notice in this table here, we have an intro, a middle, an outro, and that's all in a merged column. Hi, Lannisters. Is that real? God, captions is funny. And you'll also notice here, look, the cell size exceeds limits of 8 gigabytes. So this is the main issue you're going to run into when doing this. And this is the prompt I was trying to break down because, again, you have a 200 gigabyte limit on API calls, but for normal cell data, it's 8. So I'm going to provide you with a YouTube transcript. Your goal is to split it into 3 different parts. X, Y, Z. You are to output the intro exactly as it is in the transcribed video, and you are to only output the intro and nothing else inside the provided section. Now, when it comes to the outro, I want you to go through all of the data and summarize the main key points made throughout the video and important details at any minute, details that could be breached over, that could be used for future use. Right. If it looks like I can't spell, like, and if it looks like I can't spell, the reason is I was using a voice prompting thing that when I spoke, it would go through the prompt and it would speak into the AI for me and it would transcribe it exactly as it heard it. Obviously, I'm not illiterate or retarded, but it's okay. This this works. So yeah, if this looks dumb, it kind of is dumb. You can adjust it as you have it. The idea behind these is to find information inside the video that I can use in the future for future videos. So you are to find everything possible. Your goal is not to transcribe the video, but to summarize it and find key points. Try to use as many tokens as possible for this section. Lastly, when it comes to the outro, I want you to give it to me exactly as it is transcribed inside of the video. Here's the script. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I love AI. AI is the greatest tool. It is the greatest duplicator. I'm going to get replaced and we're all going to lose our jobs, but it's okay because I'm going to get rich in the meantime. And that's all that matters. Okay, so what we're going to do is we go to 4.0 mini. Come in here, we're going to paste in this prompt. You guys do what you need. If you want to get that prompt, you can get that prompt, whatever you want to do. And then we go into scrape, and we're going to go scrape number 1 here, and then we just plug in the captions. And we're not done yet, so don't worry. You are a helpful assistant. It's just very general. And then you want to give it a fields output. Very important. Just quite literally just give it a fields output. Upload PDF documents. We're going to deal with that later. Whatever. Okay, so here, intro, summary. This is the middle. And then this is going to be the outro here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run this. And this is only for scrape 1. So if scrape 1 exists, it'll do everything we have just labeled and asked it to do. So let's see how this goes. Okay, the summary input is missing. Wonderful. Where are we with this? I thought it was scrape 1 we put in, no? Slash scrape 1 results here. Captions. I don't think there's other information we're missing. Let's double check though. I guess that's kind of an oddity. Okay, I don't know. Maybe I just wasn't paying attention. T1, just so I can keep track of this. And then what we're gonna do is or actually before we do that, let's look at the output. So what you'll notice is you'll have the intro, and this is like, what Lucas say, bro, don't blah blah blah. And then you'll have the amount of tokens, so it's about 10,000 tokens. This is summary for the middle. And then where's the outro? Oh, here's the outro. And yeah, and the cost was like 0.2 of a cent. If you can't afford that, you know what, we're gonna move on, right? I'm gonna assume you can afford that, right? We're gonna go into duplicate, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this for all of the other modules as well. So T2, and then we're going to go into here and then replace this with scrape here, here, and then captions. And then what this is going to do is this is only going to run for the second one because some of them errored on the first one. And then we're going to merge. So what you're going to notice is it won't run for this one, but it's going to run for this one. And then we're going to do this again on the final one, and we're just going to dupe this because everything is quite literally the exact same. There's no special sauce, nothing we need to do crazily. It's just like we dupe this, move some stuff over, and everything just kind of decides to work. Scrape here, here, captions. And then what we're going to do is, I think that's it. That's it. And then when we run this one here, it's then going to run this. So just to demonstrate, if I start running these, it's going to start activating different ones on different rows depending on if it didn't run. And it would be easy if we just had one, but life doesn't work like that, unfortunately. So and you'll start seeing like these are going to start running. One of the big things you're also going to notice is, so you'll see like some inputs are missing and this is running. So now it's like, how do we merge them all together into one singular column? We just use a merge column setup. Super sick. And let's see here. So it's going to be super sick. And we actually have a formula here that was going through and it was removing any of the dumb stuff that we were seeing, which is this is I forgot the code name, but this is for an apostrophe. So you'll notice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this normally. Transcript 3 summary slash transcript 3. Oh wait, no, I need to label this intro slash T3 intro here, here, 1, 2, add input, nope, save. Right, and what this is doing is it's just checking all of them and as you can see, merging them all together. What is the issue here? Could not parse the response. We're gonna run this one more time. There's so much data, it's just like it's starting to just die on us. Right. And you'll see this is like and hashtag 39 comma, and you'll see a few more. So and hashtag 39 comma, and this usually is something called like it would be an apostrophe, like a single apostrophe, like down. But we now need to remove this because it looks retarded. And what we're going to do is we're just going to run a simple formula. You can ask AI. So you're just going to ask take slash T3 T. Fuck. What is going on? Oh, right. We're gonna just sit here. We're gonna take this, replace all. Oh no, I forgot it. It's uh and this. So it's this with. Did I replace it with nothing? No, it was an apostrophe. So one singular apostrophe, and you'll see the formula is going to change very simply. So let's run this, and then yes, okay, that's correct. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to copy and paste this in and just, oh no, I used the wrong one, slash AI, this one here, intro. Yeah, okay, just change that slightly. Okay. This is T-tree intro, okay. Slash G, and we're going to take this, and then we're just going to do this one now. So now I'm just going to copy and paste this into all of them, and then replace this with 2, and then replace this with 1. So if we save here, so now we are at a stage where it's starting to shape up kind of well, and you'll notice we just replaced all of them with that. And what we're going to do is the middle and the end are all named the same thing. So we're just going to dupe this and then just map it over. And we're just going to do this, and then we're going to do this. Cool. Okay. So it seems like the AI is having a couple issues, probably because the context window is so large. Could not parse response. Let's see if we can find a solution to this. The only solution I can think of working through this, the first one is just completely ignore it, which I guess might be an option. The second one is splitting up the response into two. So you have AI, like you split it up into two exactly at the word count. So you get the total amount of characters divided by 2 and split the text via that amount of characters. And then you pull the input from the first one, the output from the second one, and you stick the two middle bits together. And then what you do is then you put that into the AI. There's a few ways of going about this. Um, Honestly, it depends on how much trouble you want to go through for this. It completely depends on how much trouble you want to go through. So what I'm going to do is, since I don't know what the middle variable is called, we're going to do T3. That is nowhere near what I wanted to do. Slash T. I don't understand why it keeps going up there. Slash T. Well, okay. Maybe not. So it's called summary middle. So you just pull this, go like this, and you go like this. And if you work this in, you can then save. And then this will then give you the middle for everything, and it will replace all of the shithousery that is linked to this. So we're just gonna edit this. We're gonna go outro, and we're gonna do just do that. Slash shit. What is going on? Slash this outro here. I'm gonna remove this. Cool. Save. And now we have the final one. And as you can see, it's like, all right, guys, text me if you got questions. Yep. One last thing, everybody, type W in the chat for cozy. Big W for big cozy. Oh my god. Oh man. It's just funny. It's just funny. I'm gonna just run these and see if that updates at all. And the final steps is we now map this over to a Google Sheet of any Google Sheet of your kind that you're kind of looking for. So I'm gonna just dupe this sheet here, and we're gonna make a copy, actually, we're not going to make a copy. We're going to make new and then a new spreadsheet. And we're just going to call this YT demo for the boys. And we're just going to enjoy. Just give it 2 seconds. I guess we are waiting for Google Sheets to load. I did not know it was this slow. And if it does take this long, oh my God. What is wrong with my Google Sheets? Maybe not then. Right, as we're waiting for this to load then, we're going to add, oh, and now my clay is loading. Oh, okay. You gotta learn to wait, be patient. So let's see here, Google Sheets. And if we add row, we can now start adding rows to Google Sheets. You do have to connect your own account. It's a very simple process, like very, very simple process. You don't have to, like you'll get prompted. So you'll get prompted here to add account, and then you just add it very easily. This incredibly still isn't loading. Okay, now it's loading. Okay, so if that we need to input the necessary titles in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull the titles from here, and we can then just map it over, which is super chill. Here, and then copy and paste, and over here, and then in here. Ooh, that's not what I wanted. YT demo, DEMO. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna just copy and paste these headers in here. And then what I'm gonna do, view freeze 1. I always do this on every single table I ever do. It just looks so much nicer. I'm not a neat Greek, but it just looks so much nicer. Again, I'm not sure what is going on as to why this is taking so long. So let's see what's going on. Is Google Sheets down? Cool. So everything is loaded, as you can see. And what we're going to do is we're now going to take the Google Sheet URL from up here, and we're going to plop it into the Google Sheet section here, URL. And what it's going to do, it's going to give us a sheet ID with video, and then it's going to check the first line for title. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add please tell me I got the title of the video. I'm not that dumb to not get the title of the video, right? Here we go, title of video. We're then going to get the intro, int, not this one, intro here. We're then going to get the summary. Whoa. Let us have a look. Middle, and we're gonna do slash outro. Where is the outro? Oh my God. Okay, and then from here, what we're gonna do is we're just gonna run it, and as you're going to see, the YT demo is gonna start, like all the data is gonna start getting populated in here. And this is exactly what we were looking for the YouTube video or this segment end of things. Hello guys. So we are back and we have a hat now and we have a new shirt that is the same color. So it's definitely a new shirt. I can promise you that. And just the last session completely fried my brain. So I said, let's take a bit of a break. And I think I took 3 days worth of break. So we are picking up where we left off. But for you, nothing will have ever happened, and we're just back to normal. So in the last, I guess the end segment of the last video, or the last part of this, we had the YouTube videos done. And now we have the YouTube comments to do, YouTube Shorts. We have Twitter as well to build out and that entire process. So we're gonna get right into it and let's get started. So we have the video URL here. And now what we're going to do is we're gonna get another Amplify actor to begin scraping. And there's one here that scrapes specifically comments. Let me see. So refresh fields. We should have 2 here. Yeah. So we have 2 YouTube comment scrapers. I was testing out one, like there's 2. There's one that is slightly cheaper than this one. But when I was running it inside of Clay, it just decided to not work on me. So I'm not going to recommend that one, unfortunately. That one is the API Dojo. This one is not API Dojo, of course. So let's drop this in here. So sort comments by 0, max 10. We'll replace this with the video URL here. Video URL. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to run the first 10. I have a feeling this is going to break because we need to have it against the first side. We fixed it in the last one, but I'm just going to test it and see if Clay has decided to be nice human beings. And no, they haven't. That was fast. So you have to remove the gap in here if that's what you are looking to do. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here, 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 and here. And if I have to, I might have to put a gap in between each of them. We'll have to see. It definitely just depends on how we are feeling. So let's roll in here. And hopefully these begin scraping and we start getting comments for each of these videos for Mr. What the hell is this guy's name? Yen Organic Dropshipping. So we're looking to run. So the runs are starting to get pushed through and we are getting some comments. This is good to see. So 1, 6, 2, and as you can tell, they're starting to load in. So, and we got 3 on that one. Yeah. So we're getting some comments loaded in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run this on the slightly larger channel so we actually do have data to work with. And what we're going to do is any of the responses we get from this, we're going to map over to the YouTube comments table and then run a couple formulas just to see. Some of this I built a while back, so I'm going to have to reference the other one just because of the fact that there was a lot going on. Let's see. Send table data. We're going to send all of it, and we're going to send this, and we're going to run this. So slash run amplify actor, and then this, yeah, we should just send all of the results in this one. And then if, literally just run this, if run amplify actor exists, and this should give us a pretty good like starting leverage point to jump off for the next section. For some reason, it's telling me there's an issue because I didn't select a table to send data to. Wonderful. Maybe my brain still has brain fog. Who knows? And it's also telling me to create a new table, which is wonderful. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this anyways, and then we're just going to rename this one comments. And we're going to delete the other one. So, so if we move this one over here, take this, delete this. Yeah, just delete this one. Delete, and then we go to new table, and this one is going to have all of our comments data labeled inside, and this is going to be absolute perfection to work with. Once the data actually does show up, I deleted the wrong table. Wonderful. Unless oh, I don't even know. Whatever. We'll do this again. We'll do this again. Okay, so I did kind of do that, and then I deleted the wrong table. So we're going to run this back, and that's not going to work because there is no table that exists called that. So the idea now is we duplicate, and we run the exact same column again to a new table. And for some fucking reason, God, I love Clay. So the fact that I had a comments one, I deleted it, and I renamed another one comments. I think it fucked up the system, and we had to kind of rejig everything around. So we're going to delete this, and then we're going to restart. And restart on a blank table. And then we're going to name this comments. Comments part 2. And we're going to come to videos. And we're going to come over here. And then we're going to add these in. Send table. And we're going to send some table data for the boys. Send some of this table data to the next table. And this is going to give us precisely the option to start sending some data, to start filtering. And I'll show you, we put on a few layers on top of the send data Reason being, a lot of the comments were like, "Oh, heart, oh, you're amazing," and all this stuff, and I'm like, I don't care. I just want your issues, so so I can then take advantage of you. Oh God, that sounded extremely wrong, but whatever. Okay, we have to do this new table thingy again. Yeah, Clay is being funky right now. What I'm gonna do is just not delete the comments part 2.1 and just leave everything be and just let it kind of do its thing. Because as soon as I start touching stuff, it's gonna break. Let me see. So results here. And then if this doesn't work, then the final like straw or the final thing we have to do is test out the write to table function. This should not be this goddamn difficult. I'm not 100% sure what is going on here. Because let me see, open table. This table actually does exist. So when I open it, like it should actually open. It's just being annoying. Hmm. Okay, this is not the way of going. Oh shit, my laptop just bounced up and down. Fuck. Okay, let me see. I'm gonna cut back to when I figure this one out because this is one of those ones. God damn. Here we are. Deleting this again. Cool. Okay, I did some messing around and we got everything back on track. We got it into the comments part 2 table, so we have everything up and running. The next part of the process is pulling the actual comment itself, which is in not the origin. So this is the comment. So if we pull the comment, we then put a couple layers of filtering through it, and I'll walk you through my thought process on these. Reason being, um, it's a weird one. It's a really, really weird one regarding like the utility, I guess. Okay, so the word count. This is basically getting the length of the comment itself, and then if it is or isn't past a certain or like a certain count, we disqualify it because some of the comments were so look at this. Wow, did not realize I was watching an ad until 14:49. Well done. It's like, okay, that's great and all, but like I don't I don't really care. Water ride, awesome ad tutorial experiment. We don't need this information. Sure, it looks nice, and maybe that's what we want, but we don't need this. And let's see, there's a few other ones I could label like good stuff G, good stuff G. And it's stuff like this that we don't want in our comments. So you basically create a formula. It's just this one here, and then we're just gonna go comment. We're just gonna port this in, and it's gonna run the same formula. And this is just going to give us a bit of a filter on how many words is in each one. And again, this is a very, very good differentiator on, oh, this is a comment that has, I don't know, it's extremely quick and yeah, it's just so quick. And people aren't really trying to comment properly, or if they actually have a genuine question or a statement they're trying to make. Next, what we did was we put it through a segmentation of a question, a compliment, a statement, or a general. So I'm going to provide you with the comment of someone on a YouTube video. I want you to segment the comment into 3 different sections, which are X, Y, Z. I want you to only output the section you've decided on and nothing else. Do not output any text from the comment at all. And then here it is. And we basically will run this filter for all comments. The reason being is we don't really want a compliment. It's not like, sure, like it's nice, but we don't want a compliment. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this in wrong model. We're gonna use the 4.0 mini model here, and then we're gonna put the comment. And then from what I remember, we only run this if, yes, the word count is over 10. If slash formula is over 10. And this gives us a bit of leeway, again, filtering out the bad comments, and we're only running it for comments that seem like they're a question or a comment or a statement, etc. And then from here, so it's a question. Okay, can you make a video about 1 or 2 week drop shipping for better results would be very interesting. So this is what people are looking for. Impressive video, precise, straight to the point. I'm building my first Shopify, seeking advice online on how to build it using only free tools. Now that is a really, really good idea. However, after a week, it was not easy. Your video gave me a few new ideas to try. I have a budget of £100 and less than 3 months to make it work, or I will have to close it down and consider it a failure. Jesus. Yeah, I guess what this person said. What this person said. So, yeah, yeah, what that person said. I guess they consider it a failure if they don't succeed in 3 months, which is a disappointing timeline. And all we do from this is we'll then map it over to the YT demo because now we have uh, the comments and yeah, so let me see here. We should have the comment itself. And then type of comment. Info. Full. And then bold, and then we're going to view freeze this. And then what we do is we take this URL, we come into this. No, take this URL, come into this. We'll go into Google Sheets. Yes, okay, add row. And then we have my API key in here, and then this URL, and then it'll find the sheet ID, which is comments. It'll give me the comment, okay, slash comment. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do type of comment, which is comment type response, and we'll only run this if the comment type response exists. And this will then only map over reliable queries from comments. So we got this section done in about 10 minutes. So we're doing fairly well on time here. Let's see here. Did I add it to the right one? Oh, the comments are not showing up. Did I? Oh, they're still being queued. Okay. I was so confused because we're basing some of it off this. So give it just 2 seconds, and once it starts, here we go. Question. You are my hero. I would like to get a video about creating ads by ourselves, basically for free. Whoever this person is, I think it's the same person, and they're broke. So I guess people like free stuff, which is fair enough. I guess. I guess. Maybe I should make a video called "How to Cold Email for Free." I'd say that would go quite far, actually. Um, But yeah, so this is a super slick setup that we have for comment scraping. And if you can do this for every top video in your niche, you can get a plethora of people asking questions, and then you just start answering those questions one at a time with YouTube videos. Very, very chill. Next on the list, we're smoking this. We're absolutely smoking this right now. So let's go to YouTube Shorts. Oh, no, wrong one. Let's go to YouTube Shorts. Do I have any data here? No, I don't. So we're going to search for YouTube video now. If we come over here, we have some short scrapes. So what we're going to do is we're going to send this data over to the shorts channel. Send table. And let's roll this over here. Please show up. That would be nice of you. What you just have. And then we run the same thing. The issue I had before is I wasn't selecting this. So make sure you select this or else it's not going to work as you'd like it. So if we roll over here, run this, and we send all of this data over, and this should do just fine and dandy. Send table data to. Onwards and upwards. Cool. I have a big, had some food before this. Meal prepping right now, so it was buckwheat and some chicken spiced on yesterday, which was a Sunday. So yeah, I don't know why I brought that up. I actually don't know why I brought that up, which is funny. So usually I would like push out all of the data and we can then figure it out from point A to point B. And like this is the channel URL, short URL. We have the title as well. We have the view count, channel name, and then we have the ad row. I'm gonna be honest, we're just gonna expedite the process and only have the URL. So it's this one here. Yes, this one is to shorts URL. And then what we're going to do, just because I enjoy being lazy, and you're gonna watch this, right? We're just gonna template out this one and just run the. Oh no, we won't. Oh no, will we? Um, oh, there's no need to template out this one actually. The reason we had to use AI for the other one, so for the video one, we had to use AI. For this one, we actually don't need to, which is nice. And we can get this done very quickly because shorts are shorts. They're short. So it's not actually a big issue on what we're using. Okay, wrong API key. We're gonna use the YouTube transcripts, and then I'm just gonna pull it from here because we already have it working, and it would be you guys already saw the solution on how to fix this. Whoops, that was not what I was supposed to do. YouTube transcripts, put this in here, slash shorts URL, and then we're not going to pull, we are going to pull, okay. So we're gonna do this, we're gonna run this, and this is the first one. Since this is so much shorter, the error rate on this is so low, like I'm telling you, so low. Shorts transcript one. And honestly, I don't think I did a 3 set. I don't even think we need a 3 set. The reason we focus on drop shipping high ticket products is really quite simple because we make more money. For example, if you sell a product like this, phone holder, pretty cool, but it sells for about $10, meaning the person that sells it will make about $3 net profit every time. You might not be able to blah, 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 blah. I am not paying attention to that because I am not a drop shipper. You guys do you, not up my realm of brain cells and expertise. I should probably learn how to run ads though. But no, it is not up my brain cells and expertise. What we're going to do, we're just going to run this, and if slash transcripts does not exist, then we will run this, which again, I highly doubt that's going to happen because it's so short. And one of the things we added onto this was a word count filter. So we're going to master transcript this, and we're going to have the same setup. Okay. Okay, we're going to merge. And we're going to take slash transcript one like this, as you do, as you diddly do. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're going to do the replacement. Again, this is just replacing the and hashtag 39 semicolon with an apostrophe because for some reason this stuff is funny as hell and it doesn't seem to want to do that, but this is perfect. So this is a master transcript column that we're making right now. If we just pull this up, master shorts script, and the next thing we then load on top of this is going to be a word count counter. So if you want to do this normally, it would just be like, if you want to format it, hey, take slash master shorts and output all the I want you to count all the words in the paragraph and output me only the number. Here we are. And the idea behind this is we're just looking to get only the number because the shorter ones, if they're too short, they're actually not worth looking at. So obviously these are 0 because we haven't scraped them. But look, this is 172 words. Is dropshipping finally dying? No, the people that tell you it is are lying about it, but is the old method of dropshipping a shitty product? From AliExpress and a shitty website dying? No, it's not dying. Literally anyone tells you. It's probably just trying to sell you a course. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. So we basically had it set up so if it was sub 30 words, we just completely disregarded the short because you didn't have enough meat to do anything with it. There wasn't enough text to have a round generally. So as you can see, we then have the title view count. So what we're going to do is we're going to export the title because that is actually useful information. Title of the short. And then we're going to have the view count as well. So inside the YT demo section, what we're going to have is title, view, count, caption, and URL. And again, we're going to do the thing where it looks kind of nice, but you know, and then we do this. We come over here and then come over here. And then what we're going to do is Google Sheets again and add row. Honestly, on a completely side note tangent, drop shipping is such a fascinating setup. You're able to, you don't actually have any stock. Well, I'm not a drop shipper, so take everything I'm about to say with a grain of salt. But it's just interesting. You don't have any sort of stock. Well, you can, but the whole concept is you just go viral or you run really, really, really well done ads, and you capture the margin, but apparently the margin is tiny. So it's just it's a weird little thing that I've never properly delved into. I think every business model has a chance of making money. It's a very curious thought, 'cause it's just rolling around my head right now. So um yeah, I got to talk about something, I guess, while I'm trying to build out this extremely long table. So word count has to be greater than, we'll just say 30. Has to be greater than 30. Yeah, but no, it's an interesting thought. Obviously I've never done it myself, and there's loads of different ways of making money online, and this is obviously one of them. But look, so we have the title, high ticket drop shipping, the reason XYZ, and then you can obviously now plug this into anything. You can literally plug this into the GBT that you're going to use, and it's just going to kablam blow, and it's going to work for you. So that is the goal. And then the final one, so this is going to finish up. We won't hang around as the video is getting long enough as it is. The final segment is going to be Twitter and scraping Twitter shorts and just mapping everything out the way it's supposed to be. If we aren't going to do LinkedIn on this, if you do, I can build out like another segment of this video, just be like part 2 or something, and do LinkedIn if people want it. Reason being, again, like it'll probably get my account banned, and I quite like my LinkedIn because it helps generate leads and stuff. So there's all this fancy shit that I quite like, and we can also do TikTok. Again, it's completely up to what you guys want. Okay, so what we're gonna do is Twitter. We've already scraped this, and you'll see the process. There's a bit of a pattern when it comes to Clay because there's only so many actions you can take inside of a software to make it, I guess, quote, fancy or whatever, or like slim it down. Like I'm just trying to show the 80/20 of what you should be doing. And I don't do like the long-winded route, which I used to do, which I don't do anymore. So there's all this shit related to it. So yeah. Um, also, while I am building this out and you're watching this, the I recently moved to Germany. Uh, recently, as in a month ago. I lived in Ireland for my entire life, and it has been a blast. Ireland was cool, and I've come to Germany to study, to go look for really, really smart, intelligent people that I can compete with, and obviously make friends with as well. I am not a sadist, as much as that. Actually, we're not even going to go into that. But no, we have recently moved to Germany, and it is a super, super cool place here. If anybody here is ever thinking about going to Germany, 100% should give it a shot at least. People here are cool. I'm specifically in Munich, so if anybody is watching this and they're in Munich, do send me a message. I will do my best. I've been connecting with everybody on LinkedIn that is in particular colleges and whatnot. But yeah, I've been intermingling, and I've been trying to make some friends. Culture is extremely different as well, so it's a nice little, it's nifty, man. It's nifty. So okay, so we have the tweet here. We have the type. This is also really important. Remember, the core of ads is marketing. So when I remember building this out, I was like, oh, like this is kind of cool. How the hell does this work with the Twitter? You need to be careful not to do reposts. I don't know if it'll. Okay, so you see how it says or T at? You don't want this. And if it says join our and additional resources, all of this is bullshit, and it's not going to attribute to. Why is there no views on these? That's so weird. Okay. It's not going to attribute to what you want. So if I go into Twitter retweet check, basically if it has a retweet at the beginning, it'll completely filter it out. And this is just, again, this is just really nice because if you're retweeting, it's like, come on, man, like that's good, but I don't need this information. So we're just going to completely delete this from the universe. And yeah, so we're gonna run this. And it says today is the best time work. So you'll see this says or T at and then yes. So if it says yes, uh, we then do certain actions, and then the next thing we're doing is we're then getting the length of the tweet as well. Because remember, if certain words are longer than others, or certain paragraphs are longer than others, there's more meat on the bones and there's more to extract. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna run this, and we're gonna do this. I'm gonna go text here. So now what we've done is we've pulled this is word count, this is retweet, and as we're coming through here, oh yes, and then and then we had a final one, which is a keyword finder, keyword. So if there was giveaway, so find keywords. So give away. What were the other ones? Yeah, yeah. Or DM comment. Or DM comment. Uh, COMM. I can't spell right now. And join. We'll do join as well. And resources. So one of the best things about the keyword search is if you're looking to, let's say, mirror somebody's giveaway, you can do retweet DM. Like it's a really, really nice setup. If I do this, and then what we're doing is we're going total count 7. We're running all 100. And now we have the perfect setup. So okay, so where are we going here? Total count. So usually in situations like this, what I like to do is set up a if total count is false, and if word count is less than 10, and if retweet is equal to no. So let's hope my brain can remember everything I've just said. If slash retweet is equal to no and slash word count is greater than 10 and slash shit. Is it this one? Total count is doesn't exist. Output true, else output false. This gives us the option saying if this is true, then we definitely port over the information to the Google Sheet section then. So we do this. And then, so this, it follows all the criteria of, okay, so no keywords. So it's not a retweet. It's not a giveaway. It's not a join my goddamn community. It's not, there's no word count and there's no here. Okay, so then this looks like a motivational tweet. The best thing about business is giving something back to your family. Okay, that's nice. I can see I could get some hits. The more you do now, the less you have to do later. Or whoever was tweeting this was a motivational Nancy. Wonderful. I think I tweeted recently about rock climbing as well. I don't know if you can see this, but I completely I went rock climbing and I completely messed up my fingers. Or not rock climbing, bouldering. It was quite possibly some of the most fun I've ever had. And again, I moved countries, so I was just like, oh, we're just gonna like try whatever. So much fun, so much fun. And side note, oh, I know this is supposed to be a business thing, but like, man, it was smoking there. There was a lot of women, and should have talked to a few of them, but you know how it is. You know how it is. It's No, well, we went in the group, and it was a nice little setup. And yeah, it's definitely something I'm going to go back to via hobbies. But this is not what this is about. We're building a clay table. Let's see. Okay, so if retweet is equal to yes. So we're going to do text. So we're going to do tweet. And then we're going to do handle. And we're going to do here, and then view, and then freeze, and then here. And what we're going to do is we're going to do this. And we're going to Google Sheets. Let's see, add row. We're gonna again put in this URL for one of the third times we've done this. It's gonna give me a drop down. We're gonna go to tweets, and then we're going to go here, and we're gonna go here, and we're gonna go text, and we're gonna go handle, and then ideally we have the handle here as well. If not, that would be no, that's perfect. And then we only do this if slash retweet filter true. And once this sends over, come on, send some data over, please. We've been building this table for the last, I forgot how long the last recording was, but I think it was about an hour and a half. It has been about an hour and a half. And by the way, we have been chefing on the videos. The goal was to release 30 videos in 30 days. So I'm probably gonna have to run this table for myself again, just cause. But it's a nice nifty little setup. And let's hope this maps over and make sure nothing breaks. Okay, so we're gonna pull this. You need more discipline to get a six pack than to get rich. I don't know about that. Don't know about that. The more you do now, the less you do later. So this is Ecom Enterprise, whoever this is, posting motivational quotes. But yeah, I think that I'm trying to figure out, is there anything else I'm possibly missing right now? Not that I can think of. So this is the social media scraper play table build out. If you are reached the end, you are a complete legend. There's so many other videos on my channel if you want to know more about kind of clay build outs. And there's anything you want to see from me in the future, leave a comment and anything like that. And I will be sure to look at it, respond, and I'll see if I can build it out as well. But I appreciate you, and I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you now. Bye.